First of all, it all starts with introduction. Yes. Like, should I only write points and small description?
Yeah, very briefly.
Like in introduction, I just start with the topic.
Mm-hmm.
I said you should mention your topic. Then it's vital to name these problems that you are going to talk about, or only one. And so that's it.
Okay.
What is it?
What about thesis statement?
Thesis statement?
Yeah.
It's the end.
Oh, okay.
And so we can also start with the statement. So it can be put in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I do not do that.
All right.
Then goes main body.
Yeah. How many parts does it have?
3.
3, okay.
Because I've discussed 3 problems.
Yeah, like in a fairy tale. Like, Father Frost said hello 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
What I discussed first, like that youngsters have no motivation, for example.
Yeah, like you outline the problems, yeah?
Yes. And so why did I choose that we have no motivation? Because I had no motivation to complete this essay.
One thing, could you stand like this? Yeah, and do not show your back to the camera.
Sorry.
No, that's alright.
I'm not a public speaker.
No, you're just learning. We know that.
Yeah. So, no motivation, first of all. So there I describe problem itself.
Okay.
And its solution. Like it's a possible solution.
If I was an American, what would I say a problem is?
Problem?
Yeah.
An obstacle?
A problem.
Problem.
Yeah, and if I'm American, what I call motivation?
Motivation.
Okay, just kidding. Yeah, carry on.
Understand. Then there is like a generation gap. It's the 3rd one. Like I just need some time to recall the 2nd one. It was no motivation. Like what problems do we also have?
Maybe the crisis of identity.
Yes, the crisis of identity. It's I think it's one of the pivotal problems that adolescents face. Identity. Like and here you. So this structure just goes from one point to another. And so, of course, I finished with a thesis statement. So in thesis statement, I once again summarized the whole essay. I started with the topic, I described 3 problems, and then I just I wrote 3 solutions. Like when you just when Nick first explained me this structure 1 year ago, I thought like, it would be easy, but it wasn't. Never.
It wasn't easy. So which typical problems
we face during writing an essay? You mean?
Yeah.
Like first of all, we have once again no motivation to write an essay because you understand that it's not a simple task. You have never done something like that before, and you have just to sit down. You have to concentrate. It's like a brainstorm or some kind of it. And well, the most important part first of all is to make points. Like first of all, I just make a plan. I write the topic, then I write points that I will outline during my essay.
Right.
And probably the thesis statement.
I would, if you permit, I would like to comment that actually here when we kind of what you mean by no motivation is that we typically don't know how to start. So
yes.
that's why the vast majority of students start with the phrase with the sentence. Well, motivation is very important in our life today. Oh,
when they start from the distance.
yeah, and they like from 1,000 kilometers. Yes, they start with some BS phrases like, for centuries, people had not been having motivation. Like what?
It's true, and I've also made these mistakes, but no more. So, I remember when I first wrote my essay, it was about biodiversity, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Typical.
Yeah. Yes, and I started that over the course of time, humans have always produced garbage. So, and Nick just crossed this sentence and said that it's
no monkey business.
yes, that we shouldn't have monkey business.
Yeah, right. I believe that the typical problem of students is that they do not plan.
Yes, they do not make plan. Well, first of all, yes, it's really difficult to write the first sentence. And then when you just start, everything goes like step by step.
Mm-hmm.
You can easily do that. And for me, yes, it's still a problem,
Mm-hmm.
but you shouldn't start from the distance as we have already discussed. So you should start from the topic that, yes, it's maybe now really discussed, and it has these problems.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be so large. So the main body is really important, and in this statement you just summarize everything. So first of all, make a plan, and once when you understand how it all works, you just start analyzing. For example, when you have a topic, like the most difficult topic, I don't know, should status quo be changed? I never liked it. Sorry.
Why? Why? Is it like...
well, it's too. There is too much philosophy for me.
You mean the task is too vague?
Yes, and well, sometimes it's difficult to even think about the points that you are going to outline during the essay. Well, sometimes if you're writing not a problem and solution, just your opinion essay, you can name, for example, 2 positive aspects, and then you can discuss one main disadvantage of this problem or essay or this topic.
Yeah, right. So I would say the second, like the one you mentioned right now, is a bit different. Yeah. So the typical way of writing the problem and solution essay is a bit different.
Yes. Sorry, I just forgot.
No problem. Right. However, let's discuss specifically this point. Maybe if you could, now we can see, if you could erase everything and elaborate on one problem and solution more specifically. Yeah. Do you have the same board at school?
Not in every class.
Okay. Do you have multimedia boards at school?
Only in one class.
In one class?
In one class.
Like the best class? Or maybe in the director's office, no?
No.
No.
Okay.
No monkey business.
Our principal doesn't have it.
Okay.
So the structure is the same, like introduction, in the end thesis, and the main body. Of course.
Yeah.
Like every essay has it.
Okay.
Main body. So in introduction, you just discuss the problem itself. You describe it. From the description. Like you describe itself and you briefly say what it consists of. For example, when once again about biodiversity, that's because of human activities, human actions, many species become extinct, they are endangered, so something like that. And in main body you discuss solutions, like you're describing like usually 3 possible solutions. Like it would be better to discuss to discuss 3 viable options that would fit, and sometimes they may not be that's workable, but you should think yourself how they can how is it possible to solve for that. And in thesis you just paraphrase the introduction and the main body, so just summarize, and it would be better to paraphrase all your points, all your solutions using synonyms, so that you show you know vocabulary, you know English, and
yeah, you can use grammar structures and all.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I like it a lot. Now, can be more specific. For example, if this problem is like adolescence, like which issues adolescents face. Maybe you could recall how you made 1 paragraph of the body.
Like during lesson? Oh, lessons? You mean the first solution or what?
No. From your homework, please recall 1 of your main body paragraphs.
Okay. So how I started? Well, first of all, I wrote the viable option is solution. And so you briefly just you briefly describe how it can work and how it is beneficial. Yeah, and I recalled very important aspect that you should start from the least. From the least points that you think, and you should go step by step, and the third one should be the major, so that your essay is finished and the reader or the examiner sees that yes, you have completed, and just in thesis you perfected.
Yeah, so am I going to see 1 of your paragraphs of the main body?
Should I write the whole?
No. Just like maybe point out the major points, like first the solution, and then how it's going to work, and then what's going to happen as a result, and finally the conclusion.
So you have already described.
Yeah, it's just a hint. It's not an answer.
I understand. Well, yes. First of all, you describe the solution. You just describe itself. For example, we can, if we're talking about rubbish, how to minimize, I don't know, the plastic garbage. For example, the European Union has recently minimized.
Introduced, yeah.
Introduced, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So you describe the solution, then how it will be beneficial.
Okay. Can you give me a synonym to beneficial?
Fruitful.
Anything else?
Fruitful, beneficial, advantageous.
Anything else?
For now, yes.
Okay. Fruit bearing.
Fruit bearing.
Or bearing fruit. Also, we can say to yield results.
I should memorize it.
Maybe.
So then when you have described the solution once again, how it will be beneficial, you should tell the feasible results. for example, if we adopt these methods, how it will result. For example, if we just ban plastic bottles, for example, there will be no more microplastic in the ocean, and everything. So people will be healthier. They will not have any problems, etc.
Yeah, you mean as a result, ocean acidification will decrease.
Yes.
As a result, relieving like purification stations.
Sea turtles from this human garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Cool. And can I give a synonym to the word feasible?
Possible.
Okay. All right. I would say feasible results, so maybe feasible solution, but yeah, it's close.
Well, you start with a solution to the problem, and so then you just describe the result of this solution.
Okay. Sure. Makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you so much. There is your high five. Yeah. If you don't mind, I would like to take your place and give a couple of, to summarize a couple of points.
Yes, sure.
Could you please erase what you've written? Just to recap, because to give you a kind of a bonus for watching this video, I'm going to give a couple of ideas so that it would be super useful for you when you write problem and solution essays. Yeah, so every problem and solution essay has a task. Yeah, for example, why don't you just chillax? Give me any topic, like any problem. You may be creative if you like.
I know.
Maybe about phantom mass or whatever.
For example, violence in the television. Violence. Yes, I mean violence that is shown on TV programs, cinema. So how it affects children?
Violence.
The impact of violence on children.
Okay. Media shows violence and impact on children. So first we should understand whether it is a problem or not, and then if it is, we should consider its solutions. Problem, solutions. Let's back up this problem and think of the causes. Maybe there are gonna be two causes of this issue, and solutions. Well, normally I also give three solutions, and it's kind of a template I have in my head. It's a positive thing, and at the same time it's a negative thing, because if your thinking is templated, you're kind of a robot. Yeah, that's why I'm against giving learning all these templates. Like you can follow the template when you're preparing for the exam, but do not prepare for exam for 7 years. Yeah, instead you got better things to do for 7 years, to explore your creativity, to learn different functions and grammar and everything. Go to England, go to go to Dubai, learn swimming. You got so many things to do during the 7 years. Do not kind of focus on just one template, okay? So my introduction will consist of the background of this formulation. I'm going to formulate this issue and I'm going to define it. Definition. I'm going to give you a definition, and also I'm going to explore the causes or the reasons. So here I'm going to use cause and effect. Further, I'm going to apply comparison and contrast. Compare and contrast. what else? Solution. Well, again, I'm going to use cause and effects here, but now let's do it in practice. Well, the line I'm going to start my essay will be very general, but on the topic. Whether kids are negatively affected by crime and ferocious things online and on TV is a burning issue.
Wow.
Come on. Yeah, so it's my first sentence of the essay. The question is, is it on the topic?
Yes.
Is it general or specific?
It's specific.
Quite specific. Well, it's kind of general, but I'm not wondering. It's about like for thousands of years.
Yes, from the distance.
Violence had been impacting humans like. Seriously, yeah. Be a bit like narrow down. Yeah, be a bit more specific. Okay. Then I give a background. Whether you prefer Facebook on YouTube or odnoklassniki and TV, you're going to confront or you're going to encounter a lot of violence.
So good.
Is it even more specific?
Yes.
Yeah. Did I give a choice?
Sure.
Yeah. Did I define? Not yet. Then I should narrow down and formulate. Well, to better understand the impact of violence, we should define which sins are considered violence and which ones are acceptable for everyone to watch on TV or to watch on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it a definition?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So then. I would give causes. So what are the causes of like violence? I would like the primary cause of ever-growing ubiquitous nature of violence is that our life had become incredibly safe.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the first reason. So, did you get the first reason?
Yes.
What was that?
So it was. Yes, it was that one.
Yeah. Like, can you like once again recap? What just to make sure it's clear. The first reason, yeah.
The increase in violence with help of mass media impacts children more ubiquitous.
No. My first reason, sorry, it's my fault because I should explain in a very clear way. So the first cause of violence on a TV screen is that our life had become much safer. So cause one is that life has become much safer. So that's why we don't fight in the streets anymore, and parents are likely to pay for IT courses, not karate class. Agree?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So because our life had become safer with all this CCTV footage and surveillance cameras and online support, so our life is not as dangerous as it used to be.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah. So I'm contrasting with the future or with the past. Exactly. Right. Okay. And then I should explore this cause. For that reason, still our violent nature of humans had been developing throughout throughout the history. For thousands of years, we've been fighting each other and like predators to support our living and our families. Yeah. Okay, so then I gave like outline the background and compare it with the previous age. Okay, what's the second cause? And the second cause is that there's a lot of a lot of emotions that we keep in ourselves that cannot be released.
Like you mean all anger that we receive from stress, from tantrums that we get from work or from studies?
Yeah, for example, imagine let's take 100 years ago. To release tension and stress, a person would take a glass bottle
and go to the bar.
To the bar. Well, yes, partly it's released in the pubs and like all these bars. Yes, I agree, but also we need for example, I do winter sports sometimes. Yeah, so we need some physical action. Yeah, and because we spend the vast majority of our time in the office or somewhere, I don't know, indoors. We are so safe, but we cannot control it. Like, for example, can we go on a tour to the on a hiking tour in winter?
Right now, no.
No, we cannot. We need food supplies, and we need to book a hotel or an Airbnb apartment. Yeah. So for that reason, like there is no, this antediluvian freedom of not considering repercussions. Yeah. Yeah. So for that reason, and like we do not control our lives as we want to, because do you control who's going to be like the president of America?
No.
You exercise zero control over it. Yeah. So because we feel like youngsters, especially youngsters, may feel a bit like disconcerted, like demotivated that their opinions do not count.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, you may encounter this. Yeah. So it's my theory. You don't have to support it. I'm just exploring it. Yes. Yeah, and I got two causes or two reasons for this problem, like why we watch violence on TV and online. Yeah. Well, it's popular.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now that I, in my introduction, connected with a couple of causes why it might happen, I'm going to shift to the next part. Yeah, wherein I'm going to give solutions. So the first solution, I don't know. I think it should be maybe idiotic.
Just for fun.
Idiotic, yeah, just for fun. So the second one is going to be maybe more specific. Yeah, and the third maybe very narrow, very specific. So from general, I'm going to narrow down. For example, how to stop children, or how to prevent children from being exposed to all this violence online. Well, my guess is we should cancel mobile. We should only give mobile phones to 18-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very smart solution, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very smart solution, yeah. Look, I'm so smart.
Russia will probably adopt it.
It's so smart. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's very general. Yeah. So the best solution would be to prevent violence from like okay to kind of to prevent children from being exposed to this violence is to ban devices, television, etc.
The novel self-development in you.
Like physical training, live in the forest. Like it's very smart. Okay. The second solution should be a bit more specific. Maybe on the level of local administrations. Local administrations should conduct so-called kindness tours. So instead of teaching kids the history of wars and belligerent conflict with aggressive actions of countries, we should teach kindness tours.
Oh.
Yeah. For example, in our country, there are great opportunities. We live in Belarus, so there is a great spot, the Bieloverskaya forest. So there you can see extinct species of ancient bisons and a lot of forests, which is preserved as in its unique
nature.
Yeah, like nature reserve center. So there you can buy a package tour with your kids, enjoy the nature, and no violence will be there. So you can do a safari with bisons and have a lot of like very quality family time. Is it a good idea?
Yes. Why not?
Why not? Right. So instead of belligerence and this aggression, we should do the kindness tours. Okay. Yeah, now very specific, maybe on the level of the family. What can a family do? So instead of like now, I can get more serious. Yeah, to say something more specific on a family level, instead of doing all these very like smart things, and on the level like, of course, the family controls everything. If your parents didn't teach you basic kindness, basic basic things, the teacher is not going to help you. Okay.
It's true. Definitely.
Yeah, if your parents didn't teach you basic things, no teacher is going to help you. Whether he's a PhD, whether he's a professor, whether he's like has 3 diplomas, 4 diplomas, 7 diplomas, he's not going to help you. Okay. So let's be specific that family values can be adopted by a child on an early stage, and then if this child, for example, joins a sports group or a wrestling class, I don't know, or maybe at least like a
Krav Maga.
Exactly. Right. So at least he will know how to release his emotions, and then how like even if life gets less safe, okay, even if the whole country gets in trouble, so at least he knows how to fight for his right, how to protect the future family, and all these things. Yeah, I know you are likely to disagree with me, like, oh, yeah, IT, I know, IT, schmighty. Okay. But yeah, still, basic values come from your family. So don't blame me. Like, oh, the teacher is so bad. Oh yeah, the teacher is so bad. You are so bad because you didn't bring, like, you didn't deliver basic things to your children. Okay, now, yeah, I gave 3 solutions. One is general. The second one is a bit more specific, and 3 is very specific. And like specific, like instead of exposing children to all this violence on the screen, give them real life violence. Yeah, real life violence.
Well, let's return to ancient times.
Yeah. It's my opinion, okay? It's not a fact. Alright, so how to conclude? Well, normally in the introduction we give 3 ideas. General, specific, and thesis. So we can do the same here. So we should summarize or paraphrase the thesis statement, yeah? Give kind of like a call to action, and general. Yeah, like kind of a suggestion. I think it's now very clear how to write it. I'm not going to give you the final version. And of course, if you have some questions regarding the problem and solution essay, please let me know by all means. And thank you for watching.
Good. Rahul Raghuvanshi.